I just set out to do just a little bit of pruning. It smells very strong. Smells. Oh.
No, I think
Is there only enough for one?
Maybe.
Maybe I'll move that over by the bean.
Yeah, it's probably only like a cup. I did spill some.
No.
It's probably
Oh, you smell like beer now. Actually, let's just tip it into this one. Oh, this is full of water and a spider. Watch out, Mr. Spider. You better run. Oh, now there's a spider on me too. Spiders everywhere. Okay, come on, Mr. Spider. Okay. Let's just tip the beer into here. Since I have new bean plants growing along here. Hey guys, welcome to Wild Hope Homestead, where the weather is ridiculously unpredictable. We've had a lot of rain. I haven't been able to get into the garden that much lately because we've had downpours, lots of downpours, and then patches of sun. It's actually getting a little bit hot now, hot and humid again. It's been a different summer so far. We've officially had a lot less sun than usual and probably a fair bit more rain too, which is not altogether bad. I've actually enjoyed having not too much super heat, and the rain has been good for the garden, although it's brought on disease in the tomatoes sooner, so it hasn't helped them. But the beans have been doing really well, the cucumbers have been doing really well. I need to actually harvest the cucumbers. That's what I'm doing out here right now, trying to harvest between a break and the showers. Sometimes in the last few days there have been patches where you can only be outside for 10 or 15 minutes or something, or not more than half an hour before the next downpour. So Steve actually managed to get... Hello, little dude. Steve actually managed to get the lawn mowed one day, but it took him 4 goes to do it between showers. And then it took me a bunch of goes just to harvest the veggies from the garden as well. So we're definitely keeping an eye on the weather, and I'm just gonna I'm gonna get the harvesting done now while I can. I have been getting some bits and pieces done inside. I also started working on the wall in the kitchen. Cool. I wanted to show you guys the sunflowers while they're still here. They have thankfully survived through the crazy storms we've had lately. This one's just starting to die back a bit, I think. Got the lovely white ones along here. I've made sure I tied them up. Oh, this one's coming out too. I can't remember what colours I planted everywhere, so we'll see. And my favourite one. I harvested a few of the dried bushed beans before the big rain came, but unfortunately they've just been too soggy to harvest since then. Some are still growing, not dried yet, but a lot of the ones that had dried out have just are going mouldy and yucky because they've just been too wet to harvest. They need some good sun to dry them out, but they're not really getting much at the moment. So that's a bit of a shame. At least I've got some, but hopefully we get some dry weather, at least for a day or so. It was chicken coop cleaning day today. The chickens, actually one of them is wanting to lay. The chickens have been in the pen that they're in for an extra cycle this time. Usually I switch them over to the other pen when I clean the coop, but the cedar pen just needed a good long rest to help regrow some grass and weeds because they'd scratched it bare. It's got some good stuff growing in there now. I also really needed to prune the fruit trees in there, so before I cleaned the coop I just set out to do just a little bit of pruning, which turned into a while of pruning. I haven't finished yet, but I've got some of the peach tree pruned in there, and then there's the apricot tree, which is quite big. It is a very vigorous tree, so I'm not worried about over pruning it, and I think in the past I have been under pruning it because it just it gets really big and it seems to fruit on the newer growth, so it only seems to have a few apricots, probably not getting enough chill hours these days, and they're up high, really hard to reach, so I decided I'm just going to prune it quite hard. I'm going to have to do it in a few goes, but I've pruned quite a bit off some of it, and also mostly focusing on the parts that could be used by the little chickens to escape out over the fences. So I'm a little bit nervous about actually having our new young chickens in this pen because they haven't been in there yet, and the fences are lower. They're actually taller than the paddock fences, but there aren't strings along the tops of them, so I might have to suss out how I can. I might have to suss out. The kids are chasing butterflies. I might have to suss out how I can put some strings along the shorter parts of the fence to try and stop them from escaping. I am anticipating that they will escape sooner or later, but we'll just see how they go. At least they're really friendly, especially with Angus, so I'm not worried about them being flighty or scared if they escape and being hard to catch. It's more just the havoc they'd wreak since they're so good at foraging and scratching up things. But we'll see. Now I need to go do the diatomaceous earth slurry, brush that into the cracks in the coop, and then refill it a little bit later with wood shavings. So I kind of made another pruning mountain. I was not planning to do that much, but it does need to be done, so I need to deal with that. This pile over here is more dry, so I don't want to put them on there, but I need to do something with this pile now. Anyway, there's a lot more light coming in already, and more space to walk around in here. There's also a nice pumpkin or squash growing in here, which has had time to grow while there've been no chickens in here, and a good bunch of grass and weeds. We did actually have a whole bunch of little tomato seedlings that popped up in here, but I had to pull them out because they were just covered in little green tomatoes that would not be very good for the chickens. There's also nightshade I've been pulling out. There's another one there, black nightshade. I don't want them eating those berries. So I've taken a lot off the apricot tree on this side. Quite a lot. But it was getting really close to this apple tree here. I'm kind of squashing it, you can tell. Well, I need to get another stake to fix up this tree, but You can tell by the way the tree's kind of going over this way and looking a lot better over that side. It just hasn't had enough light, so that will help it a lot. This is the peach tree here. It is a bit diseased, but it's still hanging in there so far. It's had a decent amount of growth on it, but I needed to prune a whole lot of it that was overhanging the garage and just too close to the garage. So I'm going to try and keep that down smaller as well, because it was just absolutely loaded with heaps and heaps of small peaches this summer. So the idea is to get them down a bit smaller so we can reach the fruit more easily, and so the peach tree won't have masses of fruit. It's better to have better quality and less and bigger than heaps of little tiny fruit that's all trying to ripen at once. I took a bit off this side too, and a little bit off the bay tree, and then the battery ran out on the pole pruner, so I needed to clean the coop anyway. But this bay tree needs some major pruning as well. It's kind of turned into a giant, so I need to deal with that sometime. And I need to chop. Actually, that might be a good child job. I need to chop back all those bay tree suckers that have popped up. The apricot tree is growing right into the peach tree here, so I need to cut back some more of that too. But I thought I'd just at least get some done before the chickens get in here, and then the rest can wait until they go back into the other pen out of the way. Here comes some takers. Okay, you do it, Angus. She's getting nervous.
Yeah, I told you it would be gone in seconds. Sometimes they just pick it like gulp. Down it goes.
Sorry. There was a wall. Nope.
The door's open.
Their tails are looking different. That one's more like compacted. This one's tail sticks up a little bit more. Which one? Oh, Goldrush. So he's the one that knows how to get into the coop at night. Gentle Scallop. And Gold Nugget. And hello, Gold Rush. Gold Rush? Gold Mine. Gold Mine, I mean. Gold Mine, and where's Gold Strike over there eating the butterfly. Do not know how to get into the coop at night. Well, they did, some of them did last night. Watch out, you're going to get an escapee.
Gold Strike's the bravest though. Pick it up, I promise. Don't buy me, don't buy me.